Hi. OMG, I'm really back doing this. Hey, y'all. I am live on my YouTube channel. Like, what? Yes, your girl is in the building. I miss you all so much. I was like, you know what? I am so sick and tired of not checking in with my people. So, y'all, look, the Lord bless me with the energy to just hop on here this afternoon. It's like 4:30, almost 5. 4 it's look 4:40. Sorry, y'all. It is 4:40, almost 5 o'clock, but the sun is still outside and I was like, yes, I want to get into this good old sunlight, do some makeup with y'all as I check in. But yeah, y'all, I have been missing y'all so much, and so I wanted to check in today. If you are new to my channel or you're just clicking on, my name is Kayla. Here on my channel, I normally do content around makeup and all things really beauty, but my main focus is makeup. I also share things about life as well as faith. And so, if that is the kind of content that you enjoy tuning into, well, definitely stick around. We're a family here. And so, you are so appreciated, and we welcome you with open arms. But y'all, I am gonna go right into doing my moisturizing my face before I get started with my makeup. But today, I am going to be basically using some products that I've been mainly just picking from or picking up lately that is in my stash. I have some updated stuff that is really crazy, crazy good, not crazy bad, but it's, and I say it's crazy because I have just really thought that I was going to be using the same products over and over, but some things have changed. So I'm going to be using some new products. But like I said, I'm just going to hop right in because I did already wash my face. And so I wanted to moisturize. That is what I normally do before I start putting any makeup on my face. So I want to have a clean canvas. And so I'm going to start out just popping on some niacinamide by The Ordinary. Y'all can see that this is a pretty popular um, product, and The Ordinary is also a pretty popular brand. And normally, what this does is it's usually like a form of B3. Learned that recently, and if I'm still learning more about this product, but um, that is my affirmations, my daily affirmations popping in. But no, so what this does is really helps to minimize my pores, and I have large pores, especially those of you who are newer to my channel. Of course, I just wanted to give you kind of a background story. So I do struggle with a little bit of acne. If you are one of my fan bams, you know that I do talk about skincare on my channel. So for those of you new, I try to do good by my skin as much as I can. And so, yeah, I always try to talk about something. Then I'm going to put on a toner. I have been using lately good old Dermalogicas, some of their skincare products, and they are pretty amazing. So I'm actually going to use their multi-active toner. And I have that here. I have a 8.4 fluid ounce, pretty good, and it lasts forever. So I'm going to spray this on my face. Whew. I love this stuff, but it can be a pain just to spray on my face. I really don't like that, but like I love it though. Like I'm gonna keep using it. So there is that. But I sprayed that on my face, and y'all like my little fan. Then I'm gonna put on some moisturizer. I am using another Dermalogica product. This is their Active Moist. This is gonna be the moisturizer that I use, and then I'm actually gonna pair this with their Dermalogica, another Dermalogica product, and this is their SPF 50, and I'm going to use these together. This is what I've normally been using. SPF is one of those things that I have started to put more on, or at least use more in my skincare routine, especially as it is really important to use SPF, but it's something that I didn't really do as much before. But I have learned my lesson, and I've tried to just make sure that I do incorporate it into my skincare routine. But how are y'all doing? I know it's been a little minute. I know the last time I actually been on my channel was this like earlier this year. But I will say good things have been going on. I think my attention just has been shifted or just had to shift a little bit to some stuff going on in my life that has been shifting. That is the best word to say that. But I am doing pretty good, you guys. I'm feeling great. Things are on the up and up. I will say, um, I don't want to front y'all. Nothing is ever perfect, but I have been doing well. So that is the truth. Um, and on the other end of things, I did say, nothing's perfect. I have been, as you can see by the title of this live, and before I get too far off into that, I am actually going to tell you guys about a product that I'm about to apply that is actually new to me. And it's actually a new product too. So that I've been using. And this is the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. I've been using this as the primer that I've been using lately. I do have a couple other primers, but I've been actually trying to work through this stuff that I have in my stash, so I'm just not letting it go to waste. But this is a product that I really wanted to try that recently came out, and it's pretty good. I've tried another version of this particular, like of the e.l.f. putty primers. I believe it was the mattifying one because I do have oily skin. But this one is a acne fighting one. It's green in the pan, as you can see, and it's pretty good. It is pretty nice. So it has salicylic acid in it, which is also a really good ingredient. So I have been really liking this, and my it has really been doing. I have not only just liked it, but it has been good to my skin. So that's always nice, right? So I just applied as much as I feel like I would need, and you get a good amount of this stuff, like in the little container here. So that's another good thing that I do like about this. And I am just taking. I'm just gonna take one of these little brushes here and blend this into my skin. Um, it has also worked well with a particular skin tint that I will use today as my foundation, which you'll see here in a second, which I've also really liked because I've been actually paying attention to like how my face will look at the end of the day of me just wearing makeup and wearing this particular combination. And I'm just like, ooh, like they work like this primer works really well with this particular foundation. So that's another reason that I have been using this a lot more lately. So we are nice and primed. So, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and talk about the skin tint that I've been using lately as a foundation. It is by the Lip Bar. I'm actually going to be using like a few other products by them, but the Lip Bar is if you don't know anything about them, they are actually a black owned, woman owned um, company brand that they have a wide range of different makeup products, and so they are the Lip Bar, or TLB for short. They can now be found in Walmart. They have always been in Target, and I think they also are sold out of Ulta, I believe. But you definitely can find them in Target, and also Walmart just partnered with them, and it's now a sponsor that carries like their products in store as well. And so this claims to be a three-in-one skin conditioner. It has SPF 11, and it also contains hyaluronic acid, which we know is another pretty popular ingredient on the horizon. It also has, like I said, that SPF 11, and so it has this octanate. Uh, that's a pretty long name that is basically the sunscreen ingredient, as well as the titanium dioxide, which is also, and it has the percentages on the back. So I'm reading all of this like, and not even, I'm not a chemist or anything, but folks just like to know what's in the stuff that you're using, right? So I try to give y'all as much information as possible, even though I know I may not give a lot. But anywho, the shade that I'm using is Mahogany Mommy, and it comes with like a little endless little, squeeze tube. You get about 1.2 ounce of this. So I'm actually going to um, just kind of measure this up against my makeup brush here. So, the tube is it's pretty large in a way, but the product itself, you get 1.1 ounce. So what I like to do is just take, oh, yeah, this product is running low, but I like to just squeeze it on my face as is. I sometimes may mix it up and I may pump it onto like a little plate, which I don't have one. I do have one here on my little my desk in the container, but I normally just like to squirt out the product on my face. And as you saw, just kind of it's running low a little bit because I even feel the bottle feels a little empty. But I know I have quite a bit still in here because I haven't really been using it. Um, I just started to use it. So now I'm going to take that same brush that I used to blend out my primer just to blend out this product. And I am doing that now. So I actually really do like applying or just using a brush more so. For me, I've noticed that it is a skin tint, and so it's not supposed to be super. Like skin tints are not, meant to be super heavy on your skin because honestly, they're supposed to give you more of like a natural finish, make you feel like, very minimum makeup. And so they're not, necessarily created to feel very heavy or even just be generated from a very heavy, um, like list of ingredients. So there's that. And I know a lot of companies are launching like their own version of skin tints. You know how, trends happen, y'all. You know how they do. And I'm just going to blend this out on my little five head. I love my five head though, y'all. I know I've grown into it when I was a lot younger. I didn't, sometimes when you're a kid, you go through those awkward stages of those different features on your body and face and all that. But yeah, my forehead is one of those things that I definitely used to um, despise a lot as a preteen, especially. But I outgrew it. I outgrew the insecurity around it, and I feel like I've grown into loving it. So I love that for me. Um, and I also like to take that product underneath my chin, like right above my neck, just to make sure there is a seamless connection between that area. Yes, yes, yes. I have a little bit of like dark marks here, scars from like pimples, y'all. I need to have a bad habit at times of popping pimples. So, yeah, that little mark in particular. But like I said, this is a skin tint. And so it is very like light on my face. But as you see, it gives really good coverage. And and y'all just saw I did have quite a few blemishes and such, but this gives great coverage. So there is that. And now I'm going to move on to using, I also have the Lip Bars Quick Concealer. And let me pick up, because I just dropped my little skin tint. It's underneath me somewhere. Uh, just in case I got to put some more on. Okay. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, my shenanigans. Let me get it together. But yeah, I have their Quick Conceal Caffeine Concealer. forgot that it was a caffeine concealer. So this is a um, like a full it's a buildable concealer. That's what I will say. And I have the shade cinnamon. It's crazy because I believe I'm also in cinnamon by the Elf 16 Hour Camo Concealer. Sure am. So I'm in cinnamon in both for those for my under eye concealer. So, and I think I actually use this as a gauge to choose the shade for this one anyway. But anywho, I'm going to um, take a little bit on the doe foot applicator. And I've just been using the good old TikTok hack of how to apply a concealer lately to apply mine. And I've been liking putting on my concealer this way. So I just started doing this method more so, especially because I do not like to apply too much of under eye concealer. I'm like, no. But on the other hand, you guys, I know a part of this video or live was me also chatting about mental health. Um, I want to say that let me fact check before I just open up my mouth. But I do want to um, talk about the mental health side of things because that is another one of the things that I have been wanting to do. Um, Especially as I've, said that I want to do a check-in on my channel, I've wanted to talk about that. So I'm actually trying to figure out how I'm going to build that up, which I already have sort of a direction, and that is to be continued. Is how I'm gonna actually pop on and talk about mental health a lot more on my channel. So y'all stay tuned for that. But as I'm talking to you this, I'm actually going to pull out another product that I've been using lately, and it is one of the Elf Putty bronzers, and I have the shade Sun Kissed, one of their darker shades. I want to say this might be their darkest shade. It's like a pretty dark chocolate brown, but Elf just also launched their Putty Bronzer collection, a part of their Putty like product line. And their bronzers are pretty good, pretty nice. I've been hearing a lot of good things, and I've also enjoyed using it. So I'm going to take this um, bronzer brush that I actually have by or contour brush, sorry, that I have by Avon. I love the shape of it, so I've been using this a lot lately. And I'm just going to take this to collect that product out of the pan and blend out onto my skin. Um, I definitely, what I do know about this uh, bronzer is that it gives my um, face a good amount of product that really sculpts my skin in the way that I like to look when I do use, like, contour. Because bronzer is supposed to bring warmth back to your face, whereas contour more so sculpts and defines um, your face. And so, and I'm going to take a little bit onto my forehead. Um, yeah, just a little bit. But on the topic of mental health, that I felt more, led to talk about for me has to deal with anxiety. So, in with that, I think I really want to more so raise awareness, talk about it, start a conversation about it here on my platform because it has been a what am I trying to say? A topic that has really started to become a lot more important to me. I have been personally affected and also witnessed others as well that are close to me be affected by this thing or disorder. Let's call it what it is, disorder, condition, and yeah, it is something. And so Surely there are other people, and YouTube is definitely one of those platforms where people come and share and find community based content and talk about a lot of different things. And so I have, and I'm taking this small setting brush by Real Technique, and I love the shape of this brush. So I've been using this lately to blend out my under eye concealer. So I'm going to do that right now. And this method, like I said, has really been useful to me because it allows me to control how much product I use underneath my eye, but it gives me the coverage, enough coverage that I would aim for when I do under eye concealer. So it's the best way I can put it. But yes, you all. So on the topic of anxiety, I have just really noticed that this has become more of a more common part of the mental health community. Like this side of mental health has started to become more spoken about in recent years, I feel like. And I think, that is really just, it is, it's honestly interesting to me because I'm just like to understand what are some of the, factors that has kind of onset, anxiety for many individuals. And it might not even just be a thing. Sorry, y'all, picking at this thing. But it might not just be a thing in the states, but it could definitely be a worldwide thing. And I wouldn't be surprised because, I mean, COVID. If we had to even go down that rabbit hole of even addressing that, like, of course, you know, the fear of the unknown has definitely been heightened in these times of really not understanding, what could be next and all this and that. And that's very understandable, right? Like we're experiencing the world that we have always known in a different way. Um, and we're finding ways to cope and talk about things like mental health and anxiety and depression and things like that. And I think that it is such a healthy thing for us. I'm now going to move on to setting this under eye concealer, and I am using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I have the shade Medium Deep that I'm going to use for that. I've used this plenty of other times on my channel, so I am just picking it up once again and doing that. And then I'm just taking this small fluffy brush. I've been really loving to use this to set my under eye. Um, but yes, I do think that there are a lot of factors, including the, you know, global pandemic around the coronavirus and, just um, things that we've experienced around, just seeing racism be addressed and, you know, the whole thing around the police brutality series of events that happen, as around the same time as COVID hit, because a lot of those, events were trickling, the ones that are most recently, around that same time that COVID hit. So, and what am I talking about, right? Like, let's talk about them. So, the George Floyd event, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, all of these individuals, right? So, so I definitely think that, anxiety and in talking about how it has affected many individuals has definitely been a lot more common um, in these times. So, going over to me, so I have been using a different brow product, still a brow pencil, but I've actually been using the Essence brow um, pencil, and the label is all wiped off because of usage, but it's a pretty good deal, and I love that it comes with like the little tool to blend out the product. I think this would be great for travel. Um, but yes, so in particular, with my own experience with anxiety, I definitely want to be mindful how much I share of this, but I am comfortable enough now, like I said, to come onto YouTube and share this with my family, especially as I know that sometimes, sharing and storytelling can be so empowering because we all may be dealing with our own situations, which we are. That is a human fact that we all have something that we're dealing with. And my thing is, in this case, anxiety and that kind of thing, and just learning how to manage it, learning how to overcome it, that kind of thing. But I'm very comfortable with talking about it. So, um, but for me, it has been, I want to say, prevalent in my life and I know I probably have not brought it up here before, but y'all, I will apologize, but at the same time, knowing that there are just some things, like we're all human, like we all have our own pace, we all have our comfort level, we all have our own things in life that we think about. Sometimes we don't want to think about certain things. So it's not necessarily that I have not wanted to come on and share about this aspect of my life, but it's just been one of those things I've had to build up to because it's been, to say the least, a very confusing thing for even me to deal with because it's so new. Right? But I do think that it's been a ride really dealing with. So for me, I've been dealing with, in particular, GAD, so generalized anxiety disorder. Um, I would look if we have to put language to it. That was what I was basically explained by a provider that I was seeing that I was dealing with that. So GAD is, like I explained, generalized anxiety disorder. So it's not just your regular like, oh, I'm anxious. Let me chill out. Let me calm down. But to the point where it's like, okay, I may be anxious and then my thoughts may race, or it may be hard for me to calm down, or a form of an anxiety attack or panic attack can be onset. So those kind of things. Um, but to say the least of what I've dealt with only one panic attack since I've been dealing with anxiety. And so it started in the year 2018. That was actually the year that I had the panic attack. And I was actually driving at the time, and it was not great. I didn't like that. I was in like a safe area, so I wasn't like on like the highway or somewhere where it was hard for me to get over, pull over. So I just set my under eye concealer and my brow. So now let me chill out. So I just blended out my brow. So I usually like to carve those out just to get a good old sculpted brow. So I'm going to use my Holy Grail product, the LA Girl Pro Concealer. Been using this for years and still will. And the shade that I'm going to be using is Espresso, and this is pretty close to my skin tone, so that's why I really do like this shade. And I've in the past used either this or the other shade Chestnut, because those are very close to each other. So I'm just going to take this flat sculpting brush to just carve out my brows. Excuse me, y'all. If y'all see me looking outside, I am like facing my window so I can see everybody's business. But I love this area of my room because it's just super convenient because I'm facing sunlight, and yeah, it's a good time. I'm doing my makeup. But how have y'all been doing? I dropped something in the chat box. Talk back to me if you are in the building, if you are seeing this As a playback, I am still all ears, so feel free. Don't be shy. Talk back to me. Let's be in community, y'all. And I'm also going to just take what's already on my brush and just use that to carve out the top of my brow. Very same thing to my right brow. So y'all, I today was wash day for me for my hair. I washed my hair today, and I didn't do my usual twist for a twist out. So I wanted to try this combination that I learned of last night of some using a few products that I already had in my hair product stash. So I wanted to do just a wash and go today to see how it worked out, and I actually do like it. I use the African Pride um, leave-in conditioner, and I use that along with the Wetline Extreme Gel, the blue top version. I can't think of the exact name, but it's like the one that it's like the extreme. But I use that one, and I also used one of African Pride's, just a little dab of their curling cream. And I'm sorry, I don't even remember the exact leave-in conditioner and curling cream like full name. If you are interested, let me know in the comments below, and I will be sure to get back to you. But the I will say this wash and go is bomb. I let it air dry, so that's why it's like and it's super like I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it has dried a little bit and it's super crunchy. And what I know I've done in the past to help with the crunchiness is I've taken just a little oil, whatever I have, and just kind of work it into my hair. And then at some point when I'm ready to, I'll just pick at the roots just to get a lot more volume. Y'all know how shrinkage does us. So, yeah, I'll be doing that, but it is still a little damp in some areas, so I'm gonna let it dry. But I must say, y'all, I am seeing some length, and I'm just like, okay. I named my hair Sunflower recently, so I'm like, okay, Sunflower, you doing your thing? Yes. But I'm really liking this combo, so I'm like, I usually do twist outs, but we'll see. We'll see. So to set all over my face, I'm gonna take the Lip Bars finishing powder, and I am using the shade Beauty Bronze, right? Bronze Beauty. So sorry, Bronze Beauty. And yeah, I actually got this powder, the um, skin tint, and the caffeine concealer that I use all around the same time because I will say, what I've noticed when I go to buy like a new foundation or concealer, I like to use products from the same line and collection so I can use them together because, a lot of manufacturers will, suggest that anyway. So I'm like, oh, I'm not trying to spend all my coins, but I do like to see how different products work, with their, concealer on that line or or the setting powder. So I believe I did that with the Juvia's Place. And then when I used that one, then I started just doing that with other products that I want to try. And I just feel like that gives me an opportunity to just really see like all the products in action together and get the full experience. So, and for this, I will say for the skin tint, okay, this is going to be my last layer. For the skin tint, I was a little worried because it's supposed to be like a moisturizer, a skin tint, and like SPF all in one. And I was like, ooh, I really hope that it's gonna work like a moisturizer as well. So I really hope that it's gonna not disturb my skin because I have oily skin already. And I was like, I hope it's not like an oily based product. But as you can see, it looks pretty matte to me. So, and it doesn't necessarily indicate that it mattifies or anything. At least I have not seen that or even heard that about the product, but it's just something I've noticed it does. And then when I set with the finishing powder, I get even more, control of like any moisture from the product or whatever. So that's nice. Now I'm going to move on just to add a little warmth to my face, y'all. I have been using, and I believe I've showed this product before in my line, but I've used it even more since I've probably shown it. But this is the Brownie Bar Face Palette by Beauty Bakery. So this is like a 3-in-1 kind of situation. It has a contour shade, a blush, and a highlight shade. And I have I know they have another version of it that has like a pink blush and then the bronzer is like a little lighter, of course. But I have the one that's Brownie Bar that has their darkest shade, I believe. So I'm actually going to use this today along with this little makeup situation because I've actually been using this a lot more. But I'm using a new brush today. This is the Point Blush brush by Sonia Kashuk. And I eyed this one time. I was in Target and I was like, I love the shape of that brush. So I picked it up, y'all. I just, I don't know what's happening, y'all. I'm usually a beauty sponge girl, and y'all, I'm changing it up. But I started doing makeup when I did start. I was what am I trying to say? When I started doing makeup, I was starting, with using brushes. So, and at that time, they had not yet launched like the beauty blender. So, it was all about brushes, at that time. But now that beauty blenders are out, I can really go between both, so I don't have a preference. It's just really what works for me in the moment. And I'm going to take this is another Sonia Kashuk brush. This is the brush that I use to set all over my face. I'm going to just go over because I think I put a little too much of that bronzer. I'm trying to stay around the perimeter of my forehead. But yeah, so yeah, y'all. This is what I've been doing. And then I also have been just using the same brush for all of these products. So I'm going to do that with this brush. But this orange blush, y'all, is everything. I'm just like, yes, sis. Yes. All of the yeses. And then the highlight. Just take a little bit of that and just okay. And as I'm getting to this part, I know I'm getting closer to doing like my lip products and like my eye products. So I'm always like, what kind of lip do I want to wear when I'm like at this point? But I have really been switching up my lip products lately. I have really just it's been another one of those things that I'm just like go with the flow, go with what feels right in the moment. Um, yeah, go with feels right. Let's see here. Um, what I have noticed is that I have been here. Maybe I'll do this. I have been loving to use the Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle um, plush matte lipsticks. I got these two last year, and I also got one of the cream lip glosses, Boss the Gloss Bomb creams. Gloss Bomb Cream lip gloss in the shade Honey Waffles, and I love this shade. So I've actually been using these three together. I have Shawty and PMS by this line, but as I'm sitting here, probably about got to do this. Y'all, when it comes to my lip products, I just be mixing stuff at this point here lately. Like, I'm just like, whatever feels nice at the moment. So, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the Mademoiselle uh, matte lipstick in the shade PMS. And I have been using like my dark brown lipsticks, y'all, as lip liners. That's what I've been doing lately. I saw that from somebody and literally, because I'm like, I did not make that up. But I saw it and y'all, I'm like, bet. Because when you have like a bunch of dark, like if you, I have had like dark brown shades sometimes in my stash and I won't use them. So I'm like, maybe it's because I won't use them because I don't feel like it, or I just, maybe it was a nice idea at the time that I bought the shade or whatever. Because I've thrown away lip glosses or just lip products before that I had not used because I, may have had them too long or whatever. And y'all know makeup expires. So, but yeah. So now I just use dark brown lipsticks as lip liners. And yeah. So now I'm gonna take the Juvia's Place. This is their I forget which, this is one of their nude lipsticks, and I have the shade Lady. Super pretty shade, y'all. Let me swatch it on the back of my hand. Super pretty. I love it. So I'm just gonna dab this in the middle. For a nice natural lip. If you've been a part of the Naturally Kayla community, I mostly go for like natural, like whatever's natural, because that's just me, just my preference or whatever. I don't have anything against color, but sometimes I'm just like, let me stay in my lane. And then I can or cannot just because I can honestly stop here, but we like gloss sometimes. So I'm just gonna pop this one top, just dab it on. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Y'all look at this lip. Like she is cute. Okay. So as you can see, me and my shenanigans. But I just really been throwing stuff as far as lips together because I'm like, I have all these lip products. I'm just gonna use them together, honestly. That's how I'm gonna get rid of stuff. It's just get creative. So now at this point, like I have my lips on, I usually like to set my face with my setting spray just to get that out the way because I like to do like my liner and my like mascara and all of that, or anything with my lashes or like eyeliner last because y'all know mascara and setting spray don't like each other. So I just I just keep them away as much as I can. So I'm gonna spray all over, and I'm using another e.l.f. product. This is their Matte Magic Mist and Set Mist. So I'm just spray this all over. Okay. Mm. So y'all, I did want to continue, of course, talking about the mental health stuff. I know I kind of, navigating that and also talking about makeup. But what I will say is that it is something that I'm still dealing with. I'm still dealing with how to manage anxiety. I'm going to do a wing liner today using the e.l.f. liquid liner in jet black, one of my all-time favorite products. Um, But yes, y'all, I am still been navigating, managing it because it's so new in my life. And whenever I actually refer to, dealing with anxiety, I never say like my anxiety, um, because it is not something that I want to deal with forever. Like, and I was actually talking to my mom not too long ago about it, and honestly, she said like something that hit spot on of like how I feel about it, and it's like something I'm just managing it, just managing at the time. It's not necessarily like a part of my life, but or rather a part of my like long term, something I'm going to deal with for the rest of my life. But it's something that I am, you know, learning how to work through right now, learning how to overcome, in the season of the life that I'm in, the season of my life. Sorry, y'all. Whenever I do a wing, I'm always like super focused. So I don't mess up. But yeah, y'all, that is. Well, I'm almost running out of this stuff. But yeah, I am. You know, and I know that talking about anxiety and depression or you know things related to those kind of like experiences can be hard sometimes. It really can be. Um, but like I said, I do want to start addressing it because I am so, um, I am someone that believes that, you know, every situation in your life has a meaning, has a purpose. Like it's just not something that is just randomly drop in your life for you to just experience and nothing comes out of you experiencing that. But I do believe that everything happens for a reason. Like it all has to have a meaning. Um, it just has. So now I am moving on to priming my eyelashes, and I usually like to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Eye Primer. Um, with eye primer, I don't have a preference. I've said this before. Like, I just like to use whatever works. Honestly, I don't have like a favorite or anything because I have used the one also by Essence. So, as long as it does the job of priming my lashes, it's fine with me. But yeah, I think everything definitely has a purpose in life. And for me, I'm like, you never know what lesson in it you can be, God can be teaching you, or, it's just meant for you to learn, a part of your purpose. Y'all, I'm using my favorite mascara. I got my hands on it, and I know this is actually one of the mascaras I tried on my channel before, and it's become a favorite, y'all. But it is the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. It is bomb. And I didn't know other folks knew about this. Like I'm the only one, but no. I just recently saw like a post where people were just posting their uh, favorite makeup, their favorite mascara, and a lot of people were name dropping this product, and I was like, wow, like I thought people really like like the Urban Decay, or I forget which company, which brand Better Than Sex is by. That's a good mascara. I think I have like a trial size of it in my stash. I want to say I do. Is this Better Than Sex? No, this is Urban Decay's Perversion um, mascara. I don't have Better Than Sex. I think that's by Too Faced. Either who. I have not tried it. I would love to try it because I would love to see what the hype is about, honestly. That's probably the only reason because I'm like, is it really that good? Like, is she everything? But Kush, y'all, it's look at my lashes. Like, lash she got on falsies? Falsies? No, not. And that's just one layer. Y'all, this stuff is the truth. I'm telling you. And y'all know I am still to this day a mascara girl. Like, can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me that I can't wear mascara. I love some mascara, y'all. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like to wear lashes too. I haven't worn lashes in a minute now that I think about it. Like, wow. Whew, y'all. Because my day to day behavior is usually work. So, I don't work on weekends, but yeah, like my regular job. And then sometimes I like to top it off with this L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I actually love the packaging of both. It's just very like makes me feel like it's very luxury. I don't know. But I like to put this one on top. This is also really good mascara on its own, especially for a drugstore mascara. It's pretty good. And I have curly lashes, so that's another reason why I think these two together, or just these period, work really well for me. All right, y'all. That is actually, I think that is the rest of my makeup. Like, that is it. Ooh, she cute. This is my regular makeup that I wear. Like, I don't do nothing major no more because it's just like on the regular, I don't have time to be doing too much, like the lashes and the eyeshadow. Like, sometimes I just gotta go without it because I just gotta get it in and out. And I be looking super glam even with just this. So yes, y'all. So this is my makeup. Super glad that I got a chance to hop on here, check in with y'all. As far as mental health goes, y'all, the best advice that I can give is take care of yourself. Notice the signs. Notice when something is off, and there is know that there is help. Like if you feel like you want to talk to somebody, if you want to seek therapy, therapy is good. Like I know there is a stigma, sometimes I would just say even in the black community or just other communities of color, sometimes it can be hard to just get over the stigma of going to talk to a professional because we've been told that it's just not for us, or it's problematic. But it's like there are professionals in the therapy field for a reason, because of talking about things like anxiety and depression and all of the mental health pieces, like anything that just yeah. So don't feel like you can't be heard, or there's no one you know you're not cared about or whatever. Like that is not true, and honestly those are mind games. And so I am also going to put a few things. I know YouTube takes its time with posting lives, so you can see like the playback. But y'all, this live will be located on my channel for you to go back to and watch over and over and over again if you want. And I appreciate all the support in advance. But I will also put a few resources also in the chat box, some that I've used. And I know some things, some tools that I've used. I've actually done a video about just self-care resources too. But I actually journal. I have a journal for pretty much every area of my life, y'all. It's just one of my things I've always done, even since I was like younger. I'm also in therapy, so that is the thing. I have done it so many different times. With this situation with anxiety, that has been like the biggest thing that I've sought out therapy for, and it has been really, really good. And if you definitely want to know more about my experience, willing to share more about that. But definitely know that that is available to you. And I get it with, just understanding, how to pay for it and insurance. Sometimes that's also another, you know, barrier, but there are resources, even if it's not something that, you know, you can afford. And also just understand there is the um, suicide prevention line. If you are feeling like you are wanting to harm yourself or someone or others, definitely know that the suicide hotline is also a 24/7 um, line that you can call and speak with a professional immediately. And that will also be in the chat box. But I just want us to be well. I want us to be able to take care of what we need, feel like we can talk about it, to be well, to be healthy. Health is wealth. Like good health, mental health is health. Like mental health is a part of our health, and it deserves just as much attention as we give our bodies when we want to lose weight, or as we like that's we always want to figure out how to take care of those kind of things. But it's also like how are you feeling, your thoughts, like in your brain, in your mind, like that is also something that you definitely want to also take care of. And so I love us, and I want us to be well. Like I said, know that I am, one that is going through my own journey. And so that is why I get on here and I talk about this, because it's important to me to also, bring awareness. Sorry, on my phone. Bring awareness and talk about my own experience, right? Like I know I come on here and I talk about, of course, beauty is always pretty much at the forefront of things, but I also try to throw in skincare and faith and life. And yeah, so yeah, it's definitely one of the things that has been heavy on my mind to come and just talk about and share more about and bring more awareness and just start that conversation here on this platform. So I appreciate you all so much for tuning in with me for this live, and I'm super glad to be able to check in with you all. I pray that your weekend is amazing and very prosperous, and we're gonna be all right, y'all. We are going to be okay. And y'all, let's stay connected with each other. I've also dropped my social media handles for you to, you know, stay in connection with me on the regular or whatever. Definitely feel free to check me out on those. And yeah, y'all, that is all that I have for this live. I super appreciated just this time. I hope that even just doing this look was super helpful and gave you some ideas or just some of the products that I use. Definitely hope that you all check those out. And if you do, let me know. Let me know how they work for you. Let me know how you use them. I definitely want to be in connection with you about that. So I love y'all, and I will be checking in with y'all even sooner than this. I know this was unexpected, but y'all, I will continue to be checking in. So y'all stay tuned. I love y'all. Enjoy your weekend, and until next time. Bye.